Okay, so here we are for the battle against Alex. He does bring the Snorlax. I wanted to bring a very specific Primarina set for the Snorlax. I decided against it, but that's mainly because I can just flip turn on it and go out into, like, probably my Petron. Petron's meant to deal with it. So instead of having two mons to bait the Snorlax and kill it, we've just got the one, just the one counter actually, and by counter I mean it's a very loose counter. I do expect it to be Clear Amulet and Immunity, so it like properly tries to check the Petron. But I'm going to go ahead and lead off with my Rillaboom. It is Choice Scarf to try and catch out a potential Meowscarada lead. So if we can do that, fantastic. Outside of that, there's not a lot that switches into a Wood Hammer, I'll be completely honest. I will lose 1000% hitting the Snorlax in the Alomomola, but you know, it's the risk we all take. There's actually no Haxorus. I kind of expected Scarf Haxorus as a return, like a revenge killer for gouging, but also it kind of struggled into Primarina a little bit if it was Choice Scarf. So I do kind of understand it not being here. And good luck, have fun to Alex. It's been a little while since we played it, I think. I don't actually, no, sorry, we played in NX. But that's just going to be a Tink lead. Okay. Are you Air Balloon? You are Air Balloon. You probably set up the rocks here, but I'm just going to U-turn anyway. Does reveal that we are in fact scarfed, but popping the balloon is always nice. And now it's Choice Scarf. Okay, well we lost the Choice Scarf, but it is what it is. I think I would rather lose the Choice Scarf than any other item actually on my team, so I'll take that. And whatever you go for here, you are locked into, I believe. I think that's how that works. I never really remember with the whole pickpocket thing whether or not that is the case. They're just going to knock. So at the end of this, they end up with my item, and I end up with no item on 2 mons. What a time to be alive. Did they bring the fairy? It's right in front of me. What am I talking about? So yes, they did in fact bring the fairy. I'm just going to click Dragon Dance once and try and get some initial damage off on things. Gouging is not actually intended to be the win con, but I will certainly take some damage on this. If you are Earthquake, I don't care, we're in a grassy terrain. We're basically full, and you are Flame Orb, to be expected. We actually do take a hit from Conk if you're max defense. Max defense would be like the one way you don't get absolutely obliterated by this. And do I want a Heat Crash? Close Combat will do 64 to 76. Facade does 50 to 59. If I get to +2 and it's max defense, we don't kill. So I think it's better for me to just go for a Heat Crash here. Get my damage. So I'll go Drain Punch. It's going to do very little because we are in fact a Gouging Fire. They should go for a Mach Punch. So I'm going to go for a Morning Sun. Like, they should be trying to get as much damage as possible. If I Morning Sun and they Drain Punch again, then so be it. I just Heat Crash on the next turn. But I do feel like they really want to get the extra bit of damage here with Mach Punch. If they don't have it, then so be it. Let's see, what do you want to do, Alex? I fear there may be a lot of cutting out in this battle because Alex does like to take his full 60 seconds. Actually going to withdraw. What, out into the Tink? Big Blue House. It's actually the Lax. Again, I do just want to take my damage here. Outrage will 2-hit KO this. Like, even if it goes for a curse, yeah, it would. So yeah, I'll just go for the Outrage. There's a high horsepower. Does nothing. And though they can go out into Tinkerton here, I can also just... I don't have an option but to stay in. They should go out into Tinkerton instead of letting me kill something. But if Tinkerton comes back in, I could just stay in. I don't think that's the best idea though, because this can Dragon Dance on so many things. I also don't believe that is max defense from the amount it took. However, the damage from for that on Petron, for Petron from that is going to be really helpful. So yeah, they do just go into Tinkerton, which they should always do. And do you T-Wave or do you set up rocks? I think regardless, just going out into Ting, I think that's just always the play here. If you set up rocks, you set up rocks. You don't know that I'm not Boots, but still rocks would be the correct play. Show me a T-Wave. Get absolutely bamboozled. Okay, so nothing really takes this hit well. I'm just going to go for the EQ. They go into Thundy. It's a good read. Big Henry is... That's the Conk. Okay, so Conk's dead. Nice. I don't know if he'll be able to gather that I'm bandaged from that damage. But if he goes out into Thundy, I just go out into my Iron Boulder. It's my designated check to it. 𝙁𝙄𝙍𝙬 comes in. It's part of me that really wants to just do something stupid, but I could just EQ again. I believe I take anything. Because I am a Ting Lu. If it's banded, triple axle doesn't knock me out. I would quite like my damage on this, but is it worth it? Probably not. Triple axle would be like the mid ground that they could make. You're kind of not great here anyway, so I'm just going to go out into my Rilla. I'd rather sack Rilla and then be able to bring in gouging afterwards. As they are Dark Pulse. Okay, so it's a special Meowscarada. Good to know. I'm clicking U-turn. That had to have been Specs, right? I mean, that had to be Specs. I'm a Rillaboom, and you're a base 80. I mean, you might have U-turn as well, but it's not going to kill me. I'm super defensive. It's not Specs. Genuinely, I think it might be. Is it Modest? Is it just Modest? I don't know. I don't know. It's a Dark Pulse. What's the Dark Pulse hitting that Knockoff wouldn't? Oh, Thundy comes in, so I get Iron Boulder. I do get pretty free Iron Boulder here. Aloe should come in, so I could make the double. But I really don't have a great reason to necessarily make the double. We get to scout to see what the Aloe Murder is, whether it's Assault Vest or just physically defensive. And if they decide to stay in for whatever reason, this is dead. So if it's just max defense, we'll do 20% to Aloe, which is not a lot, but at the same time, it gives us Prim. Which, after the Snorlax has taken that damage, looks pretty good. Okay, it's actually going to be Tink that comes in. It's a solid little chunk. And I just go out into Ting Lu again. I go Ting Lu, and I think this time... maybe I... Okay, they do set rocks. I really want a Throat Chop. Yeah, I'll go for a Throat Chop. Why not? Because you might want to try and go into Thundy. And gain momentum. Was that the Thundy? That was the Thundy, right? Nah, that's the Meowscarada, okay. Pretty good damage. I will say, pretty good damage. And I think I might just go for it again. Yeah, fuck it. U-turn shouldn't do too much. That's quite a bit. That was a bit more than I was expecting. I don't know what this 𝙂𝙊𝙐𝙂𝙄𝙍𝙂 is, like, at all. But we are getting our damage. H2 oh no, that's going to be the aloe. I don't think that's physically defensive. Either way, I don't really care. I'm just going to keep clicking throat chop. Like, on one hand, yes, you're getting your damage. On the other hand, it's not getting you too far. Is this the point in which I will sack Rilla? Actually, Rilla could be pretty good for an endgame here now. Like, Rilla gets better and better with the more damage that I put into this team, so... I might go into you after, because you're Spadef. I'm pretty Spadef on this. So, Meow... Dark Pulse. So it's very annoying that he's making me calc Dark Pulse. I will say that much. Shouldn't ever... Nah, he shouldn't 2KO me if I've got the grassy terrain up, so I think what I do is I go into Rilla. Because I can still, like, Earthquake now. Reasonably freely. And be fine. Like, if he U-turns here, he U-turns. If he Flower Tricks, that's even better. Just U-turns. Okay. So we gain some switch initiative. If they go into a Loma Mola, I will just go hard into gouging and Morning Sun up. Because at this point, it's looking really difficult. Actually, I don't even know if I need to Morning Sun, but I probably should. No. Okay, so back in comes you. Makes sense. I have no reason to not just go back into my Iron Boulder here. And do I want to Mighty Cleave again? And there's not a great deal of downside to it, right? Just consistently getting chip. Because, like, Tink just gives me Ting-Lu every time. And if he decides to not go into Tink, like, his Scarf, the one thing that's stopping gouging, realistically, from setting up here, will die. Okay, so you are Scarf. That's good to know. Are you Scarf or am I just slow? I'm slow, so maybe you just didn't do a speed creep? I don't know. Do I immediately struggle with Thundy knowing it's Scarf potential? A little bit, but I also feel like you make the aggressive play here. Do you Gigaton this time around? I know, I'm just going to go into gouging. If he T-Waves on this turn, I'm going to be a little bit sad. But I think you potentially just knock, or you double into Meow. You do double. I wanted to call it so badly. Into the 𝙂𝙊𝙐𝙂𝙄𝙍𝙂. So after rocks, we might be in range of Axel, but we've seen Dark Pulse, we've seen U-turn. I'm going to assume this fucker's got Power Gem. Does Power Gem do enough? Power Gem would do enough. Should have just Mighty Cleaved. I really wanted to. I mean, it's got to be you now. You've got to be the Wincon. I have chances to recover up, so I'm not going to throw my gouging on this turn. There's no reason for me to. I'll scout for the Power Gem, and if they're just Axel, they're just Axel, right? They are Power Gem. Okay. Does a U-turn knock me out from here? It might well do. You're rock type now, so it should be a 3 earthquake. I'm just going to throw chop. Because I want you to kill me. I want 𝙂𝙊𝙐𝙍𝙁 in. So, yeah, okay. So now I just go into Petron, and I'm just going to click Malignant. They Dark Pulse me, that procs my weakness policy. And now Malignant should kill this. It doesn't because I forgot there's a fucking rock type. That's so annoying. Again, I can recover this up. I can recover this on like everything on their team. So you're going for another Dark Pulse, I'm pretty sure. Just gonna go into Prim. And if you hit yourself in confusion, that's best case scenario. It's Dark Pulse again. And I don't have any reason to risk this, I feel like, right now. Because you're still pretty good. I think you beat near enough everything that's left. So yeah, I don't need to risk Prim. But which one of these two do I want to keep around? Honestly, the patch. So I'll go into gouging. Again, if they hit themselves, then they hit themselves. At this point, like, I basically have to sack something, right? Because Thundy's coming out afterwards. Just U-turns. Okay, so Meow is going to stick around for another kill. God, I hate that mon so much. I had nothing for it on my draft. Like, literally. I had Corviknight, but Corviknight let in Thundy and Iron Moth so freely. Nil Fruits comes in, that's the Thundy. Makes sense, and I will... I mean, if it goes for knock or something like that, then we're fine. Like, he's got to take me out here. Like, I can't keep this mon around. I'm just wondering whether or not I want to keep it for a sack. I will attempt a Dragon Dance in case he, for whatever reason, doesn't kill me. Okay, so if I just made one correct read, then I would be in a great spot, but you know, it is what it is. I will just go out into Boulder. And I feel like there's no reason for me to not Mighty Cleave again. Yeah, because you've gone out into Tink every time. And you keep making doubles and stuff here, so I feel like on one of these, you're just going to stay in and try and take your damage. And I feel like if there's a time for it to happen, it'll be now. But if I can ever recover... In fact, I don't even need to recover, I think Prim probably has it from here. If Thundy goes down. And he should be aware of that. Like, I guess like if Meow was still around, then it makes it a little bit more difficult, but Meow has one attack left. I just realised I have my fan pointing into my mic the entire time, so this is going to be fun to edit. They do just switch out. Okay, well I'll take the Meow kill. 100% I take this kill. You come in, so I just go into Prim. And unless you're like a Whirlpool set with flip turn, and you're not a concern, now I'm just going to flip. Now, Thundy shouldn't knock me out from here. Yeah, no Fruits comes back in. I think I just take my damage. Yeah, just T-Bolts. We are going to take that. And Moonblast is going to do a lot of damage. I could have gone for a Hydro Pump, but I straight up would have just missed. Okay. So we're out of range of T-Bolt. You should be in range of close combat, I feel. Depends on his bulk. Oh, this is such pain. Okay, I'm just going to go for the Mighty Cleave. They are going to go into Tink. Okay, they're going to go into Aloe. And the thing is here, like, I know they're going to flip. There's literally nothing I can do. I played this one so fucking poorly. Now, flip always puts me in range of T-Bolt, and that's just going to be game, right? That's just how it is. So I needed to make a double at some point, and I just straight up didn't make the double, for whatever reason. I think my play's now just a Zen. Zen flinch. Possibly my only win con. Got to flinch like 20 times? Nope. And that's just going to be game. Thunder's going to clean me up. All I had to do was click Mighty Cleave once, and I fucking didn't do it. Yeah, Boulder's going to go down, and there's no chance